Hey all, this video will go over how to optimally play Razer at a high mechanical level. If you're someone who thinks Razer feels slow, or a Razer main who wants to squeeze out those last inches of DPS, or someone interested in playing Razer for the first time, then look no further. By the way, this video is going to go over his mechanics, not his artifacts. I will come out with a more comprehensive guide at a later date. So, who is Razer? Like, what is his essence? Basically, Razer is someone who's constantly attacking, never relenting. You should never give your enemies a chance to breathe. So, with that being said, let's first understand his talents. His auto attacks, Steel Fang, is the bread and butter of his kit. This 4-piece combo, A1, A2, A3, A4 respectively, is what I call high-low, high-higher. While playing Razer, you should always A1 whenever possible, and always try to finish your A4 combo as it has the highest multiplier in the combo. Claw and Thunder, or his E, has a high press skill damage and the even higher hold skill damage multiplier. Notice that holding E causes a longer cooldown than just pressing it. It's important to note that hitting an enemy after pressing E, not holding, causes a sigil to be generated, which can stack up to 3 times. Each sigil increases energy recharge by 20%, and you can also consume these sigils and gain 5 energy per sigil. Lightning Fang, or his ultimate, does a few things, but what's important to note here is that the activation of his ultimate actually does damage. Not only that, his first Ascension talent states that when you ult, it refreshes the cooldown of his E, Claw and Thunder. Now that we understand his abilities in a written sense, let's test them out to understand them in physical applications. First, let's try the 4 auto attack combo. After the 4th swing, you will notice you're unable to move or attack for a short period of time. This is because you are locked into the animation. However, this animation isn't providing us with any bonuses, benefits, and it's actually just leaving us vulnerable, and it's a DPS loss because we're unable to attack. This is why we have to animation cancel. There are 3 ways we can cancel his 4th swing animation. We can dash out of it, we can use our E, Claw and Thunder, or we can use our Q, Lightning Fang. The most correct way, and what you should be doing most of the time, is canceling it with your dash. Now, let's talk about Claw and Thunder, his E. 99% of the time, you should be pressing this skill, not holding it. The hold animation of the skill takes so long, and even if it has a higher multiplier, it's actually a DPS loss, because you could have done an A1, then press into a dash and A1 again, in the time it took you to A1 then hold. You should only be holding E if you're on 2 sigils and you want to get just enough energy for your ultimate, or if you plunged right into the middle of a pack of mobs and that AoE is enough to kill them all, or if you're fighting flying units and your auto attacks aren't high enough to reach. I also want to add that the damage increase is not crazy on paper, but the fact that you have an extra chance to crit if you're running high crit damage is insane. Not to mention, being in A1 again, you're just 3 short from your 200% multiplier on your A4, as opposed to having to go through your entire 4 auto combo. Then there's also having to deal with the fact that you're losing energy recharge because you're not storing your sigils and you're just using your E on hold whenever. Now that we understand that we should be pressing E, let's dive in a little bit further. Just like his 4 auto attack combo, his E also locks us into an animation just slightly. Just like before, you want to break this animation. Now, unlike his auto combo, there's actually only one way to break this animation, and that's by dashing. You always 110% of the time need to dash out of his E animation. Otherwise, you're just leaving yourself vulnerable and losing out on DPS. Take note that you want to keep his E on cooldown as much as humanly possible in the fight. Last but not least, you can string E behind any of his auto attacks. So what I like to do personally is A1 into E, as A1 is a very high multiplier. Now let's put it all together and let me show you what his rotation looks like. Well, that wraps up my mechanical showcase on Razer. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if anyone in the future tells you that Razer feels slow, please send them my way and link them this video. I'll be more than glad to teach them what's what. If you have any questions, comments, or tips for me, please leave it in the comment box below. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.